What we're trying to do now, guys, we're going to try to show you a typical sort of, not so much preset, but typical reactive way of people behaving towards to some sort of aggression or build up aggression, things like that. And then we're going to try to show it my own way to approach that similar situation with a better understanding what to do and, you know, a bit of psychology behind it. All right, if we ask our guys to come up. Let's say, for example, who wants to be attacker? Whatever. You're the attacker, yeah? Okay, so you sort of, you know, like, you know, build up, like in a bar, or, like, you know, you're talking to him and things like that, and see how he reacts. Okay. Okay? So, let's try.
Hey, what's your problem?
There you go, stop. There we go. Now we have this situation, remember. Especially when people going to be, you know, under influences of, you know, alcohol or drugs, or maybe they wound up, or already something happened. They're going to be first pushed, then they're going to be pushed back, and then they're going to grab each other, they're going to go into the wrestling, and then very often you don't see that much punching being thrown. Right. You know, normally, yeah. Sure. Okay. Now let's say this way, for example, I'm taking your place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then same thing. Yeah. This is how we did react. Come on.
Hey, buddy.
And you go, what? And you go back to him, and then he starts, okay? Again, if the guy is bigger and stronger and he looks apart, then, you know, it's a bit sort of like a kamikaze way of dealing with things, all right? So let's make it my own way, yeah? Okay. So he comes up, so what's going on, yeah? And he keeps coming, yeah? Boom. Done and dusted, if it makes sense. If that guy comes in on the second time and he's still pushing you, that's all you need. If you want to build up towards to that, if it's not enough when you shook him, it's not enough to stop him, you give him a few more to finish it off. But the idea is don't stop resisting. And then you go back. Let him in. Get his arms out. Boom. You clamp him. Yeah? If you need to further more, boom, boom. Sorry. Yeah? And you build up. You give him 3 more, 5, you knee him, whatever you want to do it. But do not react to the typical way, because remember, very often, I remember it was this thing back in England happened to someone I know. The guy was talking to some a young lady, and another guy come up to him just with open hands, and he started pushing him like that. And he started talking to him, and he said, "Why are you pushing me? Why are you pushing me for?" And then he realized he's kind of sort of losing his strength. And he looked down, and it was covered in blood. The guy had a knife in there. When he was pushing him, he was stabbing him, right? Because he was talking to his girl or something. It's a good thing he survived, but the problem was you don't know what's in his hands. You don't want to be pushed, you don't want to be punched. So reality is you need to sort of substitute it. You need to stop it. I don't know if it makes sense. Yeah. It's fine if you're in a ring and his opponent, you just fight for a title, or you fight just for fun, or, you know, whatever you fight for. But it's a different thing on the street, because anything comes towards you you have to consider it as a lethal danger. Right. You know, if I come to you like that, you know what's in there. You don't know, do you? Yeah? I can pull the trigger, I can just push it in, and then, you know, I'm right inside the organ. You can fight me afterwards, but you're not going to last that long. Right. Because you're going to be pumping out with this, you know, blood and stuff. Do you understand what I mean? Okay? Same thing, let's say, happens when people start throwing a sort of punches. Okay? Reaction. So you build up to it, yeah? Yeah? It goes back, there you go. Now, what we're asking now, who's going to win? We don't know. Yeah, it's a 50-50 thing. Even the guy who's much more prepared and much more stronger, is much more experienced now with difficulties to maybe he's not going to win. Because remember, cheap shots can put anyone down, you know that? Yeah, you were talking to somebody, comes from behind, boom, chin you, and you're like, and you look at it, it's a little kid. Chin is a chin, yeah? Groin is a groin. It's the same thing. So, again, when it comes down to the point when people start throwing the strikes, yeah? Move. Always move. You just find out who, how many, why. Is there anybody else around? You know, rather than just go in madly and try to fight your way through. For example, if I see this guy try to fight me, you know, I'll be doubted if I win. You know, I see the build, I see all the features. I'll be thinking, you know, I lead him somewhere. I pick up something and put it in his head. It's easier, no? It is. You know what I mean? Yeah, well, I want to play your game, especially this tap outs and the features of you. I'll be thinking, you know, the man knows what he's doing, you know. He's training every day. I don't, you know. Yeah, I better pick up something and put it over his head. Do you understand what I mean? That is the life situation, rather than to be reactive. Okay? Okay, now, what we're trying to now to get to, when the guys do start pushing each other, and then it eventually leads into the throwing punches, yeah? You know, the simple confrontation. Okay. And then punches come up and things, right? So the point is, they don't think. It's a reaction. As soon as you see someone throwing a strike at you, what would you do? Yeah, exactly, right? And it goes and goes and goes until you win, until you lose. Think later, you will think it later, but because under condition of stress, you don't know. What happens if you got somebody else behind you? Yeah, you may say you have a friend, yeah, and you don't have a friend, and that friend can cripple behind, and then while you're fighting him or something, he's just gonna open you up, you know, put a blade in your back or something, or cut your leg or something. Then what happened then?
I lose.
Exactly. So the point is, for example, you know, when we do having a, you know, comes around, we do having it, you know, you don't focus, you just like, boom, yeah. Because you're always constantly moving. If you're not moving, you're always doing this in and out thing, which is a perfect in a safe environment in the ring for the sports. But if I do this in here, in and out, when they come, I don't know, I'm finished, I'm done, see? He took me, he stabbed me, bye-bye, right? So when they come, and they come in again, so you're moving, yeah? So they come all together. Well, it's nothing shame to run away. If you see the bunch of people, the blades and the guns and stuff like that, there's nothing, just go, woo, 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 go to your car, get the shotgun, come back in. Hey, where are you? I'm just kidding. Not every state have a license for guns, not every country, yeah? But my point is, if you need to go, you go. But look around you. Do not get involved in and out fighting, yeah? He goes into you, yeah? Step away. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, you know exactly where's everybody. Anyone steps in, you're always considering him as attacker because obviously they're not on your side, they're on their side. Okay? I don't know. Makes sense?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So I guess you keep moving, you try to find like a wall or something?
It's literally like, you know, whoever comes to you, you're not even punching the one who's next to you. Yeah, it could be like you're involved with him, right? Mm-hmm. So it's pointless for me to try to knock him out. Yeah. I see another people coming, yeah? So you go boom, yeah? Second one, whoop, and then you deal with him. Because there's no immediate threat, he's just holding on to you.
That's good.
Right. Guys, I think it's a pretty important point, and Alatsa mentioned it, is like, you know, it makes you think. For example, you do get in confrontation locked in, right? So for me, it's pretty pointless to try to fight him if I know for 100% that people are already coming. I'm not going to deal with him now, because as soon as I try to deal with him, when they come, yeah, boo, 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 you're done, you're finished. So what I would do with my own experience, whatever I did before, when you're busy with him, try to get away from him, and the people do come, yeah, you deal with them, and then you deal with him. Because there's no really immediate threat coming from his way. But the immediate threat coming from them, it could be a weapon, it could be a strike. You know, if he clamp you on the back of your head, trust me, you're not going to like it. Right? So while you're busy with him, yeah, and you see something coming, you go for it. And then you obviously deal with that guy. Because remember, he's only hanging on to you. Yeah, he tried to sort of take you down and stuff like that. So you're open to strikes and kicks, yeah, and then you obviously deal with him if you need to. All right? I don't know if it makes sense.
Yeah.
Very good. Another very good idea, remember, when the people do approach you, one of the good drills as well, when they do approach you from all different directions, your point is you have to start understanding how to move. So basically, almost like you build up 3D vision. We have this effect in our body when we're affected by fear and anger and many other things called tunnel vision. We can only see one thing. For example, if I fight with you and I'm affected by fear or whatever, all I can see is your face. I hate your face. I want to finish your face, but I'm not really standing on your belly button, and I'm hating your belly button, or I'm hating your arm. Do you remember how many times you fought? What do you see? Do you see his belly or you see his face?
See the whole thing.
Yeah, but you know, it's all about face.
Right.
Yeah, it is? Right? So, when it's not about face, what I want you to understand, when you fight it, as soon as you focus on one particular thing, you start missing things around you, and then you finish, right? So when the two people come to you, they're not looking directly each one of them. I want you to almost like build up sort of like a semicircle in the chest length around you. That's, you kind of spread your vision. When the people do come to you, you know, from all different directions, I want you to move around them all the time. And when you're learning how to move around all these guys, you know, when they come in your way, yeah? then you start seeing it when you can strike. Yeah? Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Oh, sorry. Yeah? So first thing you do, you move around them. And when you find yourself comfortable, when you see that when they come and you're letting them through, then you start applying your fist. Don't have to punch them much. But, you know, it goes in, you step away, whoop, you strike it. It comes in, step away, you strike it. You strike it again. It's like a sneaky. I don't know. I always try to prevent it. You see, if you judge it yourself from the point you're better than him, you're faster than him, you're more trained than him, you're, I don't know, on every counts, then you're pushing yourself in a very dangerous situation. You're underestimating people. What if he's better than you? You know? Then what? What if he's got piss on him? Then what? Who's better? It could be a little tiny midget, doesn't it? All it takes is just to pull the trigger. There you go. Off you go. Bye-bye. I don't know. That's my view on that.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Maybe we should do that. Yeah, you're talking about 45. It's in the car. My keys. I think there are. No, my keys are over there somewhere on one of the chairs. Why not?
Is that typical size of the thing?
It's small. No, UFC is